When asked who is the most powerful female ruler of all history, Queen Cleopatra of Egypt is one of the answers that comes to mind, and rightfully so. Not only did she manipulate the mighty dictator Julius Caesar and his right hand man, General Mark Antony, she also seized power from her half brother King Ptolemy, making her the last pharaoh of Egypt. However, she is not the first nor the greatest female ruler of Egypt. My name is Mr. Phan, and today I will tell you the story of the famous and powerful queen, Hatshepsut. Born around 1508 BC, Queen Hatshepsut was the daughter of the powerful military leader, King Thutmose I. However, upon his passing, she married her half brother, King Thutmose II, becoming Queen of Egypt at the young age of 12. Now, keep in mind, King Thutmose II had a reputation for being weak and fragile physically, eventually passing away in his early 20s, leaving behind his son, King Thutmose III, a 3-year old child, to inherit the throne of Egypt. Hatshepsut, being the queen at the time, saw the opportunity, took initiative, and became queen regent, ushering in the third and final golden age of Egypt. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. Hatshepsut actually took 7 years before she officially became Pharaoh of Egypt. In her rise to power, she reinvented herself to appear more masculine, not just in her statues that sports a beard and wider shoulders, but there are some accounts where she actually started dressing like a man in terms of sporting a beard and trying to portray herself as a masculine king. So, why did she do this? Keep in mind that power was passed from father to son, male to male, and Hatshepsut was the first female to have all the authority that comes with being Pharaoh of Egypt. So, in order to survive and thrive, she had to reinvent herself. By portraying herself in a masculine light, she was trying to silence her doubters. Basically, what she was trying to say was even though she was born a woman, that would not prevent her from being a fantastic ruler of Egypt. Another way that she maintained power was by promoting those loyal to her in high positions. One such person is her chief architect and future right hand man, Senenmut. So, who was Senenmut and why does he matter? Senenmut was a commoner who, through hard work, became a very, very successful and well known architect. Queen Hatshepsut would actually entrust several restoration and construction projects to this man. But there's another reason why he's intriguing. You see, there's a popular theory that Senenmut was actually the one in control, that he was the puppet master behind the scenes, the Darth Sidious of the separatists, if you get that reference. I personally disagree. Given that her tomb was discovered during an era where a strong, powerful, ruling woman would have been a bad joke, it makes sense why this theory was popular when her tomb was first discovered, when in reality that's probably not true. However, there is another theory that I personally believe. That theory is that Hatshepsut and Senenmut were actually lovers. After all, everyone does have their needs. No judgment here. What would you prefer, or what do you think? Was Hatshepsut a strong, powerful woman who simply kept Senenmut around because he was a very loyal subject? Or was Hatshepsut a strong, independent woman who chose, not need, chose Senenmut to stay around for his company? Please put your thoughts in the comments. Now, being able to become king of a nation, a world power, is impressive in of itself. But keep in mind, Hatshepsut was a woman who took power in a male-dominated world. Pretty impressive, right? She doesn't stop there. As I mentioned earlier in this video, not only did she become the first Pharaoh of Egypt, she ushered in the third and final golden age of Egypt through trade, building up the military, and massive restoration and construction projects, such as her famous Hatshepsut Memorial located at the Deir al-Badi. Forgive me if I butcher this, but the temple is officially called the Djeser de Djeseru. It is a memorial temple dedicated to the gods Amun and Anubis, and it actually still exists today. In fact, most of the information we know about Queen Hatshepsut is inscribed on the walls of this beautiful temple. If you ever get the chance to travel and you happen to be in Egypt, please check out this temple. Hopefully, with your support, I myself will be able to go see this with my own bare eyes. After ruling for 20 plus years, Queen Hatshepsut passed away in her 50s from bone cancer, caused by a skin lotion that was commonly used during her era. Thutmose III finally took power as originally planned. However, she would not be able to find peace in her passing. During his reign, King Thutmose III decided that he wanted to wipe out all existence of Hatshepsut from history. To make matters worse, tomb raiders would eventually pillage her tomb as well. In fact, her body, her mummy, was not officially identified or found until 2007, less than 20 years from the making of this video. In the future, I will make a video explaining why this was such a horrific crime, especially to the ancient Egypt civilization, and explain how important the mummification process was towards their version of the afterlife. With that said, do you agree with me when I say Queen Hatshepsut was the greatest female pharaoh of Egypt? No, scratch that. One of the greatest pharaohs of Egypt. Why or why not? Is there any stories you would like for me to cover regarding Egypt? If so, please put your comments and your suggestions down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Given that this is Women's History Month, these next series of videos for the rest of this month will be primarily focused on underrated but equally impressive women that I believe is worth telling about. If you like this video, please press the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I post another video, which I will try to drop at least one or two every week. Have an amazing day.